Good evening and welcome to yet another awesome session of Mindful Living. Friends, we truly appreciate your taking out the time and joining us today this Saturday evening. I promise you that the next 90 odd minutes will be power packed and you will walk away with something which will be transformational, truly transformational. Before we begin, I would like to ask you to fill in a few blanks. You could either fill this out on your notepad or even in the chat if you are comfortable to share that. What comes to your mind when you hear this statement? Life is what? Please fill this out on your notepad and if you are comfortable, even on the chat. Life is, there is a series of them. Life is beautiful. Thank you, Rajendra, for sharing that. Life is wonderful. Life is unpredictable. Life is a gift. Life is exciting. Life is a journey. Thank you very much for your enthusiastic responses. Let's see what's the next one. People are. Wonderful. Nice. Part of the journey. People are not perfect. Tough to handle. People are out there to get me. All are God. Tough to handle. Unique. People are unique. People are co-actors. Very nice. Please, people are lovely. Thank you so much. Please keep your responses coming in, friends. People are not perfect. I am the kind of person who values life, introspects. Very nice. I'm kind of person who's introvert. I'm just who doesn't judge. Lovely. Accept the life the way they are. Thank you so much. Response, it's beautiful. We have a very evolved set of participants today. So the answers are very nice. I can't because I can't start a business because I am too old, or I can't start a business because I am too young. I can't judge because I can't judge because everyone is unique. Very nice. Very nice, Hassan. Really, some very interesting answers. I can't start a business because I don't have the funds. I don't know where to start. Yeah, thank you for what you do. Thank you, friends. Please let your responses keep coming in. I can't in my dictionary. No, I can't start a business because of capital. I can't because I love people. I can't hate because I love people. I should always be on time, else I will lose my job. I should always work on weekends, or else I'll lose my job. I should be a workaholic because. Thank you, Mayur. Beautiful. I should always be grateful, or else I'll wither away the opportunity. So nice. What else is coming up for you on this? People like me don't smoke. People like me don't eat non-veg. Always show up or I'll feel lost. People like me don't laugh. Mindful, or I'll thank you, Praveen. Feel left out. Okay. Or should always stay respectful, or else I wouldn't be able to respect myself. Beautiful. Enjoy life. Yeah, people like me don't enjoy life unconditionally. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, friends. Success at work means what? Success at work means buttering up my boss. Success at work means working on weekends. Success on work means adding value. Beautiful. Self satisfaction, doing what I love to do. Beautiful, beautiful. Enjoyment, love my job. Very nice. Very nice. I'm not getting any spicy ones, I'm all getting very nice, sophisticated ones. People like me don't like to live a stagnant life. Very nice. Very nice. Going crazy and wild. Wow, beautiful. Progressive realization of the common vision of the company. Very nice. Very nice. Rich people are. And think of Bollywood when you are responding to this one. How are rich people shown in Bollywood? Risk takers, okay? How are all the villains? They are poor or rich in Bollywood movies? Rich people are givers. Success means being genuine, yeah. In Bollywood movies, how are rich people shown? Full of positive energy, smart and hardworking with a goal. Rich people mostly selfish and mean. Thank you. Snobs, yes. Give me the Bollywood. Fill this in. Fill this out. Keeping Bollywood in mind. Rich people are bad and ugly. Yeah. Snobs, right? This is how we are made to believe how rich people are. Smart workers. Okay. Over pampered. Very nice. Very nice. Achieving goals is easy, difficult, cakewalk. Is a bent of mind, hardest of life. Okay. Okay. Thank you, friends, for sharing your responses so enthusiastically. What we just saw is a sample of the beliefs that we have. And as you can see from the responses that we have got on the chat, and that is the reason I requested you to share your responses in the chat, to see that different people view life differently. You know, somebody says life is wonderful, someone says life is uncertain, and both are correct. Okay, it is our opinion of how we are witnessing life at this point of time, and whatever we believe is true for us but may not be true for everybody. By accepting that belief, we make it come true in our life. If you look at the word belief, there is a lie in it, and that's a lie which we choose to accept. And I would like to share the story with you of Roger Bannister. Some of you may be familiar with the name. Till 1954, it was believed that human beings can't run a mile in less than 4 minutes, because if they run a mile in less than 4 minutes, their heart will burst and they will die. And this was endorsed by scientists, and this was endorsed by the medical community. Everybody believed that, if human beings run a mile in less than 4 minutes, they will die. But this is exactly what Roger Bannister did. On 6th of May 1954, he ran a mile in a little less than 4 minutes. And in next less than a year, 22 more people ran a mile in less than 4 minutes. Now the belief was that it can't be done, and this lie got accepted generally, so it became a common belief, and then it was bursted by Roger Bannister. And friends, this is how we live our own lives. We form beliefs, we accept beliefs, mostly unconsciously, and then we live our lives either suboptimally in case they are limiting beliefs, or in empowered way if it's a empowering belief. Paul Coelho says you are what you believe yourself to be. But these beliefs is not something that becomes very evident to us, because most of them are rooted in our subconscious mind. And one way to identify the beliefs is to look at the results that we are getting in our life. Examine the areas in which you are getting results and look at some of the beliefs that are causing those results. And look at some of the areas where you are struggling to create results, and then examine the beliefs that maybe they are underlying beliefs that may be hindering the achievement of those goals. And this is so transformative, but there is very little written about beliefs and even less talked about. There are in mindful living, this is the first time we are holding a session on beliefs, and today we are very fortunate to have three super authors with us who have co-authored this book, Belief Busters, which I came to know about little less about 9 months back, when I met Nidhi, Dr. Sunil, and Dr. Jagadish at an award function where they won award for this book. And I got to know, the phenomenal work that they have done in putting this book together, identifying beliefs, and putting in a system which will help you bust those beliefs and elevate your life to a completely new level. To my mind, beliefs are like a handbrake in the car. If we have limiting beliefs, then irrespective, and which are like handbrakes on, then irrespective of how hard you push the pedal, your car is not going to move ahead. Similarly, if we have limiting beliefs, however hard we work, we are not going to get the results that we want in our life. And we are really privileged to have these super authors with us today to share their insights in how beliefs in different areas of our life impact us, how can we identify them and bust them. We will start the session with Dr. Sunil Chhaya, a director at Delicious Pie Private Limited. Dr. Sunil has had an accomplished track record with Air India of over 3 decades, where he retired as a general manager. He is a certified trainer in the law of attraction, Jose Silva's Ultramind system, and healing modalities like Ho'oponopono and EFT. He is also a certified consultant of Bob Proctor's Thinking into Results program. Dr. Chhaya has also authored a book, Science of Co-Creation, and is known for his powerful transformational program and curated meditation techniques. Dr. Sunil, we are very happy to have you with us today.
Thank you, Ashish, for this wonderful opportunity and this introduction. So it's so good to know that you know about Bannister when you spoke about him. Even doctors even said that the skeletal system of the human body is not made in a way that a man can run 4 minutes in less than a minute, run 100 meters in
Yeah,
in
yeah,
less
yeah.
than 4 minutes. So that was really good. And Roger Bannister was the first one. Same like Edmund Hillary, nobody else had climbed Mount Everest earlier, but
Yeah,
after
very
Edmund
nice.
Hillary
Very nice.
climbed, there was there was
Yeah.
a there was a beeline of people, reaching the Mount Everest. In fact, yesterday when I was watching one of the episodes of Kapil Sharma, there was one gentleman who came up and he said he's going to he's going to climb the Mount Everest the second time. and be there for 24 hours on the peak.
Wow,
So
wow.
it was an older version of the Kapil Sharma show, but then that really inspires us, and how
Correct.
people get away of their belief, and they really are able to see the world in a different manner, in a different way, and how they can really feel that they are magnanimous and there's a lot of abundance and potential that they have. So starting my session.
Yeah, just give me a minute, Dr. Sunil. I'll just like to
Sure,
introduce Mindful Living Community,
sure,
as some
sure.
of the people are joining us for the first time, and then I'll hand it over back to you. Thank you. So, friends, those of you who are joining our session for the first time, my name is Ashish Kumar, and I'm the founder of Mindful Living. We started Mindful Living community in 2018, 2020, when the first COVID, first lockdown happened. Before starting Mindful Living, I worked in the corporate sector for about 25 years with organizations like Xerox, Tata AIA Life Insurance, Future Generali, Marsh India, Healthcare at Home, HCL Healthcare, and 2018 I started Mindful Living. By education, I'm an MBA, cost accountant, fellow of Life Management Institute, a certified mindfulness meditation teacher, an executive coach, mentor to students of IIM Nagpur, and author of a best-selling book called Beyond Limits. As I mentioned earlier, we started the Mindful Living community in 2018 when the first lockdown happened. Few of my friends reached out to me and requested me to conduct a session on mindful living to help them deal with the stress and anxiety that the lockdown was causing. So over a weekend, we conducted a session, and one thing led to other, and today that group of 10 friends has grown to be a vibrant community of over 1500 people, who come together every weekend to support each other in living consciously. We don't advertise about the work that we do. The only way you can join the community is when somebody invites you to join the Mindful Living group. And today I would like to invite you to join our community. It is a no nonsense community where there are no good morning, good night messages, no religious or political posts, only people supporting each other in living consciously. And if you would like to check out our 270 plus videos of previous sessions that we have done, you can scan the QR code of Mindful Living YouTube channel and join, or click on the link that we have shared in the chat and join our WhatsApp community or subscribe to our YouTube channel. Stay actively engaged in the session. It's a wonderful session. Keep your cameras on and show love or thumbs up if when author says share something which you like. We will The format is that each co-author will speak for about 20 minutes, and then we will have a brief discussion for about 5 to 10 minutes, and then the next author, and then the one after that, and finally we will have a final round of Q&A for about 5 to 10 minutes, and we will wrap up our session by 6:20 p.m. today. So stay engaged. This is a truly transformational session. Don't do multitasking. It is proven to reduce your productivity, and you will lose some of the golden nuggets that the authors are going to share with you. So, on that note, Dr. Sunil, over to you. Happy to hear from you, your insights.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Ashish. Thank you very much for this opportunity. And yeah, as I was already always wondering why people do that they do not have to do. Do they really know what they want in life? So starting from there, let me first talk about something which is, we call it as a belief system. Right? Allow me to share. Yeah. So yeah, if you see there in the picture, there is a brick wall shown in the mind, in the brain itself, rather. It's not the mind. I'll tell you what the mind is and where the mind is. So this is where we need to break this wall and get out into the world which is waiting for you to grow, both physically and professionally and personally. Now, what is a belief system? Now, I'll give you two examples. If you have seen the finals of the World Cup match, And when India came out to bat, there was somebody who was not really doing very well, and that was one of the opening batsmen, Abhishek Sharma. And people all knew that this particular batsman is not really going to work for us. Though it's the final, we'll really have to work. People were praying that that there's something that comes out from there. And you know what? Against everybody's belief, Abhishek Sharma really scored very well, and he put India into a very sound opening position. Now, the belief that the people had in the stadium was that this guy is not going to make it, and we have to wait for the second man to come in and start the innings for us. No, that didn't happen. The second one, I will talk about one more thing. That's an advertisement that comes. If you have seen the advertisement of one of the tires, I will not name the tire, and that in that advertisement, the director wants to, you know, take a scene, record a scene of the car being chased, taking a very sharp left turn, and then coming to a screeching halt. So the first time it does that, but the director is not happy. He says, "No, this is not what I want. I want the car to skid." Then she tells the assistant director, "Bring in some rain, let some water be there on the road, so the car will skid." They do that, and again, when the shot is taken, it does not skid. And then the director is very upset and comes and sees, and then he says, "Oh my God, it's the tires. Change them." Now, that's what it has to be done. Change them. Change your belief system. Change it into more empowering ones. So that is where you can start working onto a different level altogether. So let's change them. Let's begin. Now, let me ask you one question. Do you know where you are? And do you know where you want to go? How many of you want to know that? Can you just put yes, why in the chat box saying that yes, you know where you are and where you want to go? Yeah, anyone? And if it is a yes, let me know whether you have written down somewhere. I always carry a goal card with me. I don't know whether you'll be able to see it or not, but it's always there in my pocket. And that goal card tells me this is where you are supposed to go. I've already put the destination in my GPS. The Google lady will not be able to tell you anything unless you don't put the destination. So you put that destination. It's very simple and looks so obvious. But many people are stuck to go from up to that level of goals that they really want. And from the level where they are today. Why that does that happen? Why do you remain where you are? It's all because of this one friend or enemy, that whatever you call it, known as a paradigm. Now, what is a paradigm? Paradigm is something, it's a multitude of habits. Habits which have come in genetically, even before your birth, and habits that have come in from your environment. That's environmental conditioning. Now, what does it do? It is a huge problem for almost everyone. Everyone. Whatever you want to do, this paradigm comes in your way. And it is nothing but a mental program that has almost exclusive control over our habitual behavior. And almost all our behavior is habitual. Right from the time you get up in the morning, right, you finish up your morning chores, have your breakfast and coffee, and go out or rush out for your office, reach office and do whatever you have to do there. Come back home in the evening, become get fresh, take a shower or something, have your dinner and go to sleep. That's what we do practically every day. Is it not? How many of you do the same thing every day, and they've been doing it for quite some time now, right? So once you know that this is what is coming your way, there is something that needs to be done. Something that needs to be done. We need to change the habits, because these habits, they create the behavior, and whatever is happening to you, whatever you feel, the conclusions that you arrive at the past events, which is a belief, That really creates a belief system. Now, how do we come out of the belief system? You have to take two habits at a time. Let us begin from there. Habits will change your behavior, and that behavior will change your belief system. Take two habits which are not really resonating with you. If you already have a written goal with you, take out those two. And if it's not taking you towards that goal, write down those two habits. If you can do that right now, write it down on a piece of paper. Two habits which are not resonating with you. Show your thumbs up once you've done. Now, take another sheet of paper and write down two habits which are polar opposite of these two. Again, show your thumbs up once you're done. Now, yeah. Now take the first paper, tear it off, shred it, and flush it or burn it off. Don't throw it in the waste paper, because if you throw it in the waste paper, it will create a residue in your mind. If you wish, you can go and throw it, flush it down just now, or if you wish, you can flush it down after this session. But do flush it, right? Now, let me ask you a couple of questions. You're standing in the parking area in front of your vehicle, right? How does a vehicle look like? What is the color of that vehicle? You can unmute and answer. Yeah, please. Anyone? Or you can even put it on the chat box. What is the inside of the vehicle? The upholstery, the dashboard. How does it look like? You can see that, right? Now you come up into your house, your home, and stand in front of your refrigerator. What is the color of your refrigerator? Is it two door or three door, or even single door? Nowadays, nobody has a single door, of course. Now, how do you open it? From your left to your right or right to left? Yes. See, right to left, right to left. Very good. So you're standing right in front of the refrigerator, and you can visualize how you're opening the refrigerator. Now I ask you one question. How does a mind look like? Anyone? Either you can unmute or you can put it in the chat box. How does the mind look like? Yeah, somebody has mentioned vertical doors both ways. Okay, that is for the refrigerator. Now, what the mind? Thoughts and emotions. That's what Praveen Kumar says. Okay, wonderful. Anyone else would like to add something on that? Full of thoughts running in it. Okay, so basically, it comes to that the mind is a mental activity. Not sure of what it looks like, but it feels like logical reasoning. Wonderful. So you're getting some wonderful responses on this. But there was a doctor by the mysterious. That's very good. So we have to reveal that mystery now today. I'll reveal that mystery. So there was a doctor by the name Dr. Truman Fleet who was in very much into the healing arts, and he's in 1934 said that we as doctors, we as doctors do not we treat only the symptoms and not the root cause, because the root cause is in the mind, and nobody has ever seen the mind. Nobody has ever seen the mind. So he said that I'll draw a graphical image of the mind so you can start working on it. So what did he show? This is basically look at your mind and your paradigm. This is what he came out and drew. He says, consider this as a mind, the big circle, and he connected that to a small circle, which is the body. He drew a center line in the big circle and named the upper half as the conscious mind and the lower half as a subconscious mind, and a small circle with two hands and two legs as a body. Right now, the conscious mind is the mind where it gets information from your five physical senses: see, hear, smell, taste, and touch. Whatever information, like today you're sitting in this webinar, getting some information, it's all going into your conscious mind. So like a huge data bank. In computer language, it's a huge data bank. No limits to it. Absolute no limits. The subconscious mind is one which has absolutely no ability to reject anything. It simply accepts everything, all that comes in. So before you were born and when you were small, it's only your subconscious mind which was operating. Everything was getting inside the subconscious mind and creating a paradigm within you. That paradigm is the genetic conditioning. Then when you are born and come out onto the planet, you start getting the environmental conditioning. And that paradigm is one which creates your belief system. And you start working from that. So going further, what did Bob Proctor, my mentor, say? That he said that this is the most valuable idea I've ever learned. And he named this particular figure as the stick person. This is like a stick person. Whenever you have any problems, use this stick person concept and you will see that how things work. So school gave us valuable knowledge, but it never ever taught us how to alter our paradigms. We had we frequently do not do what we already know how to do. You know something, I have to do this, but you don't do it for some reason. You don't do it. Why? Though you have superior knowledge, you still get inferior results, and that causes confusion and frustration. People are passing out from very premium institutions. They have these problems quite often. They don't get a good placement. Their friends or colleagues who have not come out of a premium institution, they get into some very good successful positions in life and in career, and that is what causes confusion. That is what causes frustration. So how does that work? If you take this stick person again, the conscious mind where all the knowledge is stored: history, geography, mathematics, science, biology, your events, the workshops, whatever learnings you have, you read books, everything is in that conscious mind. And whatever idea you pick up from there, you get a result. Results always tell the truth. Like Ashish was talking about earlier, the results. The subconscious mind is where the beliefs are, and the top of that iceberg is where the results are. And why you get those results? Because that paradigm, that small mental program of yours is giving you the trouble. It's not giving you the results that you really want. What do you want in life? How do you want to live in life? So how do you want to be, do, or have things in life is all dictated by the paradigm. Now, when you change those two habits, the paradigm also changes, and that will change your results. See, the results have changed because you have created a new paradigm. And when you're doing this, you always come across something which is known as a psychological barrier. You feel as though you have made some big, huge mistake by changing these habits. You start perspiring, there's a palpitation that comes up to you. You even start thinking that, oh my God, I shouldn't have done that. But when you start getting the correct results that you want, then you feel, yes, this was the right thing that time. Go on pursuing it. You have to pursue, be persistent, be disciplined, because discipline is nothing but giving a command to yourself and then following it. So there are certain limiting beliefs that we have. Everybody has got. Even I have limiting beliefs. Even Ashish has. Even Nidhi has. Even the other, all of us sitting here have got some of the other limiting beliefs. So if I take up a couple of them, like if I take the first one, I cannot achieve big because taking risks is too dangerous. My, when we were born, small babies, so pure, and we had all that energy in us. That is the time when we were absolutely in our infinite mode. And what was happening? The parents and the grandparents, they loved us. So what they did, they never allowed us to fall down even when we started walking. Oh my God, come on! Before we fall, they used to hold us. Then as we grew up, we started learning how to cycling, and our parents used to always hold the seat at the back and then start running with us so that we don't fall. After a time, when we start cycling faster, they leave us at some time, and then they go on shouting, "Take care! Don't fall! There's a stone ahead. Take care! Take a right! Take a left!" And they make us aware that yeah, we always need somebody to protect us. That that light starts glowing. That you need protection, and you start getting, into a cage. Without that, I will not be able to do anything. Every human being takes minimum of 12% of risk. Even while crossing the road, you're taking at least 12% of risk. There's a research done on that. So you must learn to take risk. Risk takers are the best. Like Roger Bannister, he took the risk. He went ahead. Edmund Hillary took the risk, went up to the Mount Everest, and then they became such great known people. Right? So take the risk. Don't worry about it. I am destined to remain in the same place and never progress. Now that's a belief again. And that belief you need to change. You need to do something. Come out of that belief. Write that down somewhere and write down the polar opposite of the belief. Change that mental program, that paradigm within you. And do that for 21 days, because it takes 21 days for a man to change his habits. Just do that for 21 days and that belief will change and you'll start progressing in your life. You will not never remain in the same place. Then the huge one, money does not grow on trees. I am not Tata or Ambani. I am not Birla. I am not Elon Musk. I am not Richard Branson. How do you expect me to go on pouring money at you? Ah, this is a huge one. People always have that feeling that they cannot pay anything and they do not have that much money. Even without earning extra money, they can become wealthy. And how can they become wealthy? It's a very simple formula. Say if you're earning 100 rupees in a month, and then you start filling up the covers or paying up all those grocers and the doctors and the laundry guys and everyone, the housemaids. You go on paying them, nothing left for you at the end of the day. But what you should do, you should do it the other way around. If I'll ask you a question, do you pay yourself, and that too first? If you're paying yourself first, good. But if you're not doing it, start doing it. Put 10% of whatever you earn first into another account of a bank which you don't touch, not even the interest. That'll that'll help you make payments for the premiums, your insurance premiums, and everything. That's only for yourself. It will help you to invest in your own self, in growing your own self. Then take 20% of that earnings and put it aside again for any of your EMIs or mortgages, or if you want to have a future investment to be made. And then always give back to the universe, to the society. Give 5% or giving back to the society. What is left is 65%. You have all that 65% in your hand for anything for your normal expenditure. And when you start doing this, believe it or not, your free accounts will start growing, those which you're not touching. And then once you have finished up paying your debts or your mortgages, that 20% also will come into your 65%, it will become 85%. Or once you've made have created that the booty for investment, Oh, great. You don't have to put in anything for the investment then. Then you start becoming the same money, you become wealthy. I can't avoid getting influenced negatively by others. Ah, why do you listen to others? First of all, you have to be disciplined. You get influenced, yes. People are there to tell you. When you get that, that palpitation or that perspiration of doing something for yourself after you made that decision, people will say, "Oh, come on, you can't do that. It's bad. You can't." Even Edmund Hillary was told by his father, "Nobody can go to the top of Mount Everest. You'll die. People have died. They've never come back." Even the Wright brothers were told. Their father was a pastor in the church. They were told, "If you make man fly, you'll be burnt to death in heaven." They were brought down. They were discouraged, but they went on. And then today we are traveling from one point of the world to the other point in just a few hours. You can even you can even travel in the front of the aircraft and have your own shower for yourself, right? That's how things happen. Avoid getting influenced negatively. What you should do, if you want to listen to them, because see, opinions are free. Anybody can give you an opinion. But if you do something, if you do something which, like I said, n- do not listen to others at least once. Because if they are talking to you something, they are talking to you from their limitations, their beliefs, their perspective of looking at things. So do just once what others say you can't do, and you never pay attention to their limitations again. That's what James Cook, a naval explorer, said in the 1700s. So it is even true today. It's even true today, right? So what mindset belief is limiting your growth today? Can you write that down somewhere on a piece of paper? Yeah, great. So this is what I was talking to you about. So Ashish, can you bring back?
Thank you,
Yeah,
Dr. Sunil. That was
thank you
a
very much. And if
thank
there
you.
are any questions or anything, you can always put it up on the chat box. We can take it up even later if you want to.
Yes, Dr. Sunil.
Yeah. So yes, now paying attention, talking to somebody, listening to somebody is something to do with communications. So who else better than Nidhi Bandaru can talk about communications? She's a life coach, a trainer, an author whose work inspires people to move from excuses to empowerment and from reasons to results. Through her coaching and training programs, she helps individuals break limiting beliefs, build confidence, and live with greater clarity and purpose. She is also the author of the impactful book Reasons or Results. So over to you, Nidhi. Thank you very much, Ashish.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Dr.
Thank you,
Sunil.
Dr. Sunil, and welcome, Nidhi.
And thank you, Ashish, for creating this wonderful space. It's always a pleasure to listen to Dr. Sunil and keep challenging our own mindset beliefs, right? And while we must have authored a book, day in and day out, we deal with it ourselves. But yes, what makes a difference is we are able to catch and we are able to keep it away and then say, hey, buddy, you rest while I am in action. Okay, so welcome everyone to this session. Thank you for having me here talking after Dr. Sunil, who has set a very powerful context that it is not your knowledge, it is not your skills, and not your experience alone that make a difference, right? We are where we are because of our belief system. We behave a certain way. We talk a certain way. Sometimes we choose not to talk a certain way or in a group of people. All of that is driven by our belief system. How many times have you actually experienced that you are wondering, I could have said something then. I had a very apt answer, but I didn't. Can we have a raise of hands? How many of you have experienced this? Not like back answering people or a tit for tat, but you had a solution. You had something to say. But then you chose, it's okay. It doesn't matter, maybe. And then you just kept quiet. Okay, I have some answers in the chat. Yeah, okay, so many times. Okay, got that. Now, this is something that we might want to really understand. I hope my screen is visible. Perfect, thank you. The fastest place where beliefs reveal themselves. Any guesses? Which is this place where beliefs actually start revealing themselves? Where people start evaluating and drawing conclusion about who we are. Which is this place? Okay, beautiful, Praveen. Thank you. It is not a meditation. It is not the goals that you have set, but it is the communication that you're actually having with people. Now that Dr. Sunil has spoken about mindset and the limiting beliefs that our mind has created over time, and trust me, they will stay. Now, if any one of you are trying to be in an exercise of, I want to get rid of these limiting beliefs, I don't want to have limiting beliefs, I'm sorry. You're putting efforts in the wrong place. They will be there. They are there to stay. The only difference that you can create is you let them be and you get into action. Like you tell your limiting belief, okay, that's what it is. I get that. Now let me try something new. Let me do something different, right? So the place where your limiting beliefs is actually getting revealed is communication. Now that we have understood that there is something that stops us, what will create a difference in the next 15 minutes as I progress through belief system around communication is being in action. As already mentioned, our behaviors are a certain way because of our beliefs. Now we want new results, new actions have to be taken. New results cannot be accomplished with the same old actions. All of you with me? Agreed? Right? Great. Now, when we want new results, we will have to start taking new actions. And what is the action that I'm expecting all of you to take now is to start participating more freely. Maybe a conversation will shoot up. Should I say? And what are you going to practice now? Yes, I should. Right? Now that is how you're putting your mindset conversation away, because that is a practice. It is a muscle to build. And you can only build muscle when you are consistently going to the gym. Yes or no? How many of you are fitness freaks? Yeah. And wherever we are in our health is because we are doing something consistently or we are not doing something consistently. That is where we are. So the same thing applies even in this area of life. You have beliefs. Don't focus on changing your beliefs. Don't focus on what do I do with that belief. But now focus on what is the new action that I can create. So something that all of you might really want to understand is, why do we remain silent? Why do we not speak up? Why do we choose what we choose when it comes to communication? Sometimes we want to avoid conversations. We are seeing another person in the same organization, if we are at work or we are in business, or we have gone for a government tender as business owners. We see somebody is at the edge, fighting, doing everything that's possible to get that tender. And on the other hand, We're trying to plead. We're trying to say, sir, kuch ho sakta hai kya? Can you do something? There's less rigor. Now, I'm not saying rigor is always good, or being passive is always good, or aggression is always good. But are we doing whatever it takes? And are we conveying that through communication? So let's begin the action. And I'm expecting a raise of hands for the certain set of questions that are coming up now. And let us see if you resonate with that. Please let me know. How many of you have had a brilliant idea in a meeting and kept quiet because someone senior was present? Okay, Ashish, got that. Okay, Monica has raised hand. Great, awesome. I think virtual hands will work better so that even the others can see. But yes, okay. How many of you thought of the perfect reply only when you were driving home? It didn't strike then. Okay, Padma Kumar, got that. Yes, right? This is like delayed intelligence. What happened that time? Okay, where was I then? I was listening. Why did this not strike me that time? Yeah. Okay, the third one. How many of you have typed a long emotional email and then went back and deleted it? There is something, okay, there is something that said, no point sending this email. Okay. On a lighter note, the good part is you got saved from the HR for multiple rounds of discussion. Right? Okay. But what is very, very important for us to understand is we wanted to write and then we stopped. Now, would anybody want to share in these three scenarios why do we end up doing whatever we did? If you didn't get quiet, very good. If you had the idea just then and you could share, very good. If you wrote an emotional email and then sent it and then said, Dekha jayega, let's see. Let me at least express, let me be free to share how I feel and how things are impacting me. Then it's all fine. But if you have deleted it and if you just chose to keep quiet or you didn't have an idea when required, when you could have actually shared and made a difference, why do you think that would have happened with each one of you? Anybody would like to share? Unmute and share or write in the chat box. What do you think drives us at that moment? Okay,
May I?
Monica. Yes, please.
Well, my name is Kavita and I'm a corporate trainer. And what I have come across over the years of my experience is that people bother too much about other people
Right.
and they give less respect to themselves and their own thoughts
Hmm.
and a lot more respect to what others might feel or think.
Right.
And which is why we stop ourselves from saying what we need to say, communicating what we need to communicate. Now, I don't say that we should be rude.
Hmm.
I say we should have the strength to be direct.
Yeah.
Uh, but again, these are limiting beliefs. If I be direct, what will he or she think? What will they feel? I will lose this project. I will lose this, that, or whatever else. So
Absolutely.
I think that's what stops us.
Very, very beautifully put up, Kavita. Yes. And when that stops us, when those are the thoughts, then we are not taking the desired actions. How are people left with when you don't take the desired action? Yes, I have a fear of losing the project. I have a fear of losing the job. I have a fear of missing out my promotion. So I choose to stay quiet. But are we feeling full and accomplished and complete about the thought that I didn't share? Does it still not eat us? Does it still not bother us? Now, this is something we might want to mull over, right?
No,
Yeah,
here is the one other scene is in such situation. If we want to speak up directly our mind,
yeah,
some maximum people wants to play diplomatically.
yeah.
Then I found myself to be odd one out in the
Hmm.
group. If I am
Right.
speaking directly to my mind,
Hmm.
whatever, even all the things are correct from the all the point of view, but
Yeah,
people wants to play diplomatically
right.
the group, so they don't want to be speak up their mind directly. So people like me who wants to speak directly,
Yeah.
They left it odd one out. That is the maximum tough space to be in anywhere in group to speak up honestly.
Beautiful.
So that's why
So,
we choose to be keep quiet.
yeah. So what is wrong if you are being left out? Why does it seem wrong to be left out? There's nothing wrong in being left out, right? Whom was I listening to? I'm sorry, you're not on video, so I couldn't see your name.
No, here the problem is groupism. People
Okay.
keep making
Okay.
groupism, so they left you behind. The other
Okay.
people will go ahead with the right and left groupism.
Great. Can I get your name,
So
ma'am?
yeah, my name is Monica Agarwal.
Monica. Great. Monica, thank you for sharing all of that. Now, there is groupism. There is one thought of a set of people who think a certain way. I am being left out. All of these are driving your behavior, right? All of these are not letting you express and share how you feel, what you feel about a particular situation. Now, if you put away the thought that there is groupism, if you put away the thought that they are not with me, right? If you are not driven by the fact that they are all against me, then how will you behave? That is where the paradigm shift has to start. So you have a choice every time to make. The choice of what are people thinking, and should your answers be driven by that, or just let it be. People will think, people will say what they have to say and what they have to think. We have no control on that at any given point of time. And this applies, I think, everywhere in our life, personal, professional, with children, with spouses, with neighbors, everywhere. But are we willing to take that extra step? And the action of taking that extra step of saying what you want to say can be made possible only when you are, point number one, aware of what is stopping you from having that conversation. That awareness is getting to know your belief system. And the second thing is now you take action. So yes, I see that you have a challenge of people group up and then you feel left out. Let them be. Let them group up. You still have the power to say what you want to say. Now that is the new action you have to start operating from. Now, when you start operating from that space of I will say despite the groupism, I will say despite being made feel left out, you will experience that groups will start moving apart. So your effort is not to break the group. Your effort is to be yourself. And in that process, you will see that you start becoming part of people. Today, when we stop ourselves from communicating, we are giving power to people by not being powerful ourselves. And we are not able to be powerful because there is some limiting belief that stops us. So moving forward, I'm going to quickly discuss, we have picked up these beliefs from the book. There are 150 beliefs you can go through in this book called Belief Busters, co-authored by Dr. Sunil Chhaya on mindset beliefs, me, Nidhi, on communication, and Dr. Jagadish on setting business processes and workplace-related challenges. Right? Now, from those 150 beliefs, we thought these few can really help. Maybe we'll have more to discuss, and we shall do so during the open session also. And the first one is, if I speak, I will be judged. And maybe we don't have this challenge everywhere, but wherever we do, we get stopped. What is the practice that we need to start looking at is start identifying what is the root fear. And this is what is driving you at your subconscious level. And the root fear is, I might look foolish. I will have criticism. People will say something else which is not very favorable for me. Or there is fear of authority. Each one of us might have a different root fear. You might have all of them, different root fears in different places, or you are always scared of authority. Authority at home, maybe as a kid with your father, maybe as once you're married with your spouse, fear of authority at work, with your team leaders. So maybe that is what rules you. get to the source of identifying the root fear. What we are practicing now in the next 4 slides is, if you have a belief, there is a way to deal with it. And this belief can be pertaining to mindset, communication, or workplace and business related also. But how do you really deal with it is get to the root fear. And then see, there is an impact at work. Because you have the fear of looking foolish or criticism or authority, how does it show up? Because people do not see your root fears. They only see, oh, you're quiet. You don't even participate. You were so silent. Why do you hesitate to ask? You must have heard this from people and you're wondering, oh yeah, why do I hesitate to ask? Because you have a fear of looking foolish. So keep that away. And staying unspoken. This is what people see. And based on this, people judge and conclude about you. If you are to be selected as the team leader tomorrow, maybe the bosses will say, oh, not he, he's a very quiet guy. Oh, not she, she's very talkative. Maybe on the other round, she's not a team player. Now, that is the behavior that we are seeing. But what is the root fear is something that you can deal with. That is what needs to be worked upon. And there is an impact. The impact of that is that there is reduced innovation, there is weak decision making, and talent stays hidden. Can we really see, when I choose not to speak, there is so much impact, 1 on me, 2nd on people, 3rd on the system. Now, how do you really alter that? How do you shift is where the difference lies. So anytime you feel that if I speak, I will be judged, so I better keep mum, maybe the belief that you will have to really burst at this point of time is that by being a contributor, it is more important than being a perfectionist. So contribution matters more than perfection. Now, when we start operating from there, if you want to be a contributor, definitely you will have to speak. Will people judge? Yes, they might. Or they might not. You don't know. There is no barometer you have to really check. Hey, are you judging me or not? Let them do what they are doing. But if you are coming from the space of, I want to contribute to my family, to my team, to my children, how many of us get stopped in teaching math to our children today because what we did way back, 20 years back, was very different? I don't want my children to know I don't remember anything. I want to keep away. Instead, can we say, hey buddy, it's been pretty long. Can I get some time to revise through this? Can I get time to understand? Can we do some chat GPT? Can we put a tuition? Now that's absolutely fine. What is important is, are you contributing? And that is where the difference lies. The next one is, I must speak perfectly. How many of us actually didn't speak in occasions because we were looking for the right words, the perfect words that can create an impact, words that you want people should remember you for? That didn't happen, so you didn't speak. Right? Now, what is the root fear? The root fear could be challenges of grammar, overthinking, you're thinking of the right code, the right person, or language insecurity. Now, that could be the root fear. And what is the behavior that reflects out in this is, again, delayed responses. I will tell tomorrow, sir. How many of us have delayed things? And then that becomes the way people receive, oh, they will tell tomorrow. She will inform tomorrow, not immediately. Right? That's how people start looking at you. You avoid sharing ideas and you stay quiet. You see, one common workplace behavior that will come up in communication is you would aloof yourself. In every scenario you will see, you will choose to stay quiet. You'll say, I'll tell later, I'll come later. Hey, you guys go, I'll join you later. And then that later never comes because there is some belief that's driving. The impact, again, good ideas never surface. Teams lose creativity. The best idea is still unheard and confidence starts dropping. And how do you shift this? Again, connection matters more than perfection. Staying with people, being with people is what should be your objective. And I can really challenge, please let's start the hunt. Who is the perfect person on this planet? and is a creation of the mind. So you can always start looking at making a huge difference from where you are, not looking at, I want to reach a certain level of communication to be able to talk a certain way and only then express. That day will not come. Difficult conversations damage relationships. So quickly moving forward, again, root fears around this is fear of conflict, fear of hurting people. Oh, I can't hurt people. Your objective is not to hurt people. So you might want to look at the choice of words. But a lot of times we avoid conversations. Now, do you see that avoiding conversations, especially the first and the second one, lead to avoiding so many conversations with that person? And then that small hole, that small gap becomes a huge one, something that cannot be repaired at all. So workplace behavior, again, we start avoiding feedbacks. We have a passive aggression kind of a behavior and some long email arguments. Why? Because I don't want to sit face to face and sort it out. It will just rupture relationships. So it's okay. Let us write. Let us understand through emails. Now that is one of the biggest limitations. And the impact is again growing misunderstandings, weakening relationships, and productivity drops. So are we really ready for this kind of living a life at workplace with people around us that misunderstandings are expanding? An easier route is clear conversations will strengthen relationships. So take that time out, put that belief away that this will not work. You can get to know if it will work or not when you have that heart-to-heart conversation. Are you ready for that? So every new action you take, you will have to drop a belief that is driving you. Only then new actions can be worked around. The fourth one is around my voice doesn't matter. How many of us actually feel invisible? Hey buddy, I'm here, nobody asked me. मैं नहीं दिखी क्या? But that मैं नहीं दिखी क्या is a conversation that comes out of feeling left out. Your past experience of being ignored. How many of us remember 7 children in the family, 6 got chocolates, your hand was still there, and you're telling your grandpa, hey, grandpa, where's mine? He says, oh, I have enough. But that was enough for us to draw a belief. Was I not seen? Am I not remembered? Am I invisible? Less self-worth? And all of this starts making a difference. The belief buster you can work around is my voice creates value. Every drop in the ocean makes it an ocean. And so your voice matters. So even if you feel so, which you will, do we feel discounted? Sometimes you're in a seminar, too many sharing, and the minute it's your turn, the speaker says, okay, thank you, sorry, lack of time, and suddenly, oh no, even here I'm ignored, even here I'm not wanted. That's okay. Keep that thought away and say, I have value to add in just 2 minutes. Can you create space for yourself? And that is possible when you keep your beliefs away. So a quick reflection question. After mindset reflection, what is one communication belief you are willing to drop? And it will keep, when I say drop, it's not a bomb that will explode and get over with, but it's something that will keep coming up again and again. And then you say, I'm going to drop this. That's okay. I'm feeling left out. Fine. I'm feeling left out. I'm still going to voice it out. Okay, great. Beautiful, Padma Kumar, having difficult conversations. Yes. Wherever you find difficulty, that is an opportunity to grow. So go, share, expand, and start expressing yourself. Right? At that note, bringing you to something very powerful, that ideas build organizations, conversations build teams, but courage is what builds communication. And to overcome your beliefs, what you really have to start gathering is that courage. I will say what I have to say. People like it or don't. If I have less time, I will refine my words. I will talk crisp, but I will still talk. And sometimes the most powerful voice in the room is the one that finally decides to speak up. If you're speaking, you're heard. If you're not speaking, then definitely you're not visible. At that note, I think we move to our next speaker and over to Ashish.
Thank you, Nidhi. Would you like to introduce Dr. Jagdish?
Yes, yes. All my pleasure to introduce Dr. Jagdish, the third co-author of this book. Are we having the slide up or I can
Yeah,
read out?
it is. It is.
Yeah,
Can you see it?
not yet.
It's there. Maybe have you? Can you see it now?
Yes, wonderful. So, Dr. Jagdish is a distinguished business growth strategist with more than 30 years of experience transforming organizations. He has worked with over 2,500 companies, including Bosch, Reliance, and the TVS Group. He is a Six Sigma Black Belt, award winning business coach, and best selling author of Manufacturing Millions and Belief Busters. He has empowered leaders and entrepreneurs to scale their businesses and unlock extraordinary growth. To add a line to this, I have been working with Dr. Jagdish very closely on multiple projects, and together we have been breaking a lot of beliefs and moving forward in our ventures. So, thank you, Dr. Jagdish, for supporting in that journey.
Thank you. Thank you, Nidhi. Uh, Thank you, Dr. Sunil Chhaya. Thank you, Ashish Kumar
Thank
from
you.
yeah, Mindful Thinking Living. We already have a right foundation now from Dr. Sunil and uh, Ms. Nidhi. So now, just to move on further, how do we really apply this and just raise in our career or in our businesses what we would like to go ahead? I would like to start with maybe a simple question. What I would like to ask to begin with is like, how many talented professionals do you know who are capable of much more but are still stuck in the same position? What do you think? How many people you know? Yeah, that is right. So many of you have come across these experiences. Just to start with, I'll start with a simple story of how we all get impacted with our limiting beliefs. Like there was I was conducting a consulting program for a group of professionals, okay, where during the tea break, one of the engineer came to me, handed over his visiting card. It was very simple, just the name and designation. I asked him how long you have been working. He answered, Sir, it's like 14 years. Then I asked him something unusual. If you were free to design your own visiting card, what would it say? Actually, he smiled, and for his first time, his eyes lit up. He said, I like to write as strategic business leader. Okay. Then I asked him one last question. So, what is stopping you? He looked down and said quietly, I don't think I deserve that yet. Okay. So, in that moment, I realized something very powerful. Most professionals are not limited by their job title, they are limited by visiting cards they carry in their mind. So, it's important for us to understand what is that we carry then move ahead in our life journey. So, why do talented professionals stay stuck? Can I get some answers in chat box, or you would like to share something on this? Normally, there are plenty of abundance of talented people around us. Even in my last 25 years of consulting experience, I've seen something very interesting. The truth is that skills are rarely the problem. People are not limited by any knowledge, by any experience, or any of the opportunities. They're all limited by the Real, the barrier is your beliefs. They are all limited by the beliefs. Common limiting beliefs, if I would like to share, okay, my industry has limits, so I cannot grow to after certain levels, or I can't earn more because it's a policy of the organization. I am not ready for leadership. Okay, these are all very common limiting beliefs what we see. So now what is that beliefs are fundamentally? Can we write and how with all the inputs what you have got till now, can we put in a chat box what do you think is beliefs are? Can I have some answers?
Just need a moment to think this answer, sir.
Okay, good. Yeah, mind voice, self-imposed thoughts. Excellent. If I have to they tell you in a simple way, beliefs are invisible rules we create in our own mind. This is where it's important for us that I come out of this. So when belief is small, the decisions are generally the small. So the cost of small beliefs are the small decisions and small results. Why am I telling like this? I can narrate with you the real time story what I had come across many years back. In my journey, maybe 20 years back, I had met one professional who was charging rupees 5,000, sorry, 500 rupees for his consulting activity. Okay. Now, when there were a lot of people who were much lesser experienced and who had less expertise was charging around 10,000 to 15,000. When I had a word with that consultant and asked him why is he charging 500, why he cannot increase it to 2000. So it was a shock for him that he valued himself as for 500 rupees. But I told him just try experiment this and see how what difference it makes and whether clients accept that or not. For his shocker, the client agreed for 2000 rupees. And then later, maybe a month's time later, I asked him to change it to 10,000 and then 15,000, then 20,000. And for his surprise, the clients were ready to pay even the 20,000, the what charge he was asking for from them. So now, what is that? The cost of small beliefs is the small beliefs gives us small, results, and then it has direct impact on our goals. So it's important that to understand world does not pay you according to your ability. Is that correct? World does not pay you according to your ability. The world pays you according to your belief about your ability. Okay, that is where there is a need for us to understand this powerful principle: income grows when value grows. So it's important that all of us have to understand whatever the financial goals you are all intending to, you need to reflect around that. Income depends on the need for what you do, the ability to do it, and difficulty in replacing you. If you can really look at this law of compensation, where need for what you do, the ability to do it, and difficulty in replacing you, I'm sure you will understand you can achieve bigger results, bigger growth, bigger money, whatever the intent that your goals are, just by adopting this law of compensation. So now becoming highly valuable means what? It means professionals have to now define your niche or micro niche, build your expertise or the deep expertise, solve bigger problems. Okay, that is how you are going to deliver exceptional values. Generally, when you talk about generalists always compete and specialists dominate. It all depends on whether you want to come under the category of generalist or you would like to really become a specialist and dominate in the industry. So all these are now something which is all what we are having in our mind, and that is what stops us from achieving these goals. Now, if I have to really know what is the solution for this is invest in yourself. Okay, where you look, you invest on learnings, the skills required, the mentors, or exposures. I think this platform is a beautiful platform which is helping you to upgrade your learning skills, and the exposure. So we need to invest our time for such activities so that we understand and then come out of our belief systems. In our book also, we have created a framework. Okay, like how do we really come out of these belief systems? But it does not mean that all of us can remove the limiting beliefs. Okay, we limiting beliefs still exist, but being aware of that will empower us to come out of these limiting beliefs. The framework what we have suggested, okay, the first step is identify. When I tell identify, what is that we are trying to do? We are going to identify what beliefs is limiting you. That's the first step. Okay. Once you identify what belief is limiting you, the challenge, what is the next step? Where is it fact or assumption? You introspect. Okay. Is it a fact or an assumption? Then you replace it with your strong beliefs. Install a strong belief there. Example, I'll give you one simple example. I cannot earn more. Okay. This is your limiting belief. That is our old belief. If I have to replace this with new belief, what would be the new empowering beliefs for this? With whatever learning till now we had, okay. If I have to replace this, I cannot earn more belief. What could be the empowering belief over here? That is a new belief. You can put it on chat, please. I cannot earn more is a old belief. I can earn without any limits. Excellent. Okay. I had given some inputs before previously. So keeping that in mind, if you can change this statement, it will be great. I can create value. Yeah, excellent. I can create value and demand more. Okay, great. So if I increase value, income will increase. Yeah. So now this is how we can replace okay, our challenge with an empowering belief, a new belief system, and after that you take action. What is that meaning of action? Here, take one action immediately. Okay, so that we really come out of these limiting beliefs. So this is a framework what we have designed in our book Belief Busters, which will really help you to come out of our limiting beliefs and become aware of it and still live with it. Okay, you don't work on removing that, or it cannot get vanished, but then being aware will really help you to achieve more. Now, the reason I cannot grow faster is, okay, is it a fact or a belief? What is the answer? The reason I cannot grow faster is it a fact or a belief? Yeah. Can we have a chat, please? Belief. Excellent. So most of you have written belief. So now we are all on the track. Okay. So the most now we realize that it's only a belief. So all of us can grow faster with a right value and with right actions. Okay. So now it's let's look at what beliefs is limiting your growth today. Can you identify few of the limiting beliefs? Because we have heard from Nidhi as well as Sunil Chhaya and from me till now. So probably now we can start identifying and then plan for actions. So can you share on one limiting belief what you have identified? Underestimating my value and ability. Excellent. Taking risk. So having identified, then you know what should be done now. So that's the simple action what we are supposed to take. Okay. So after working with professionals and entrepreneurs almost for 25 plus years, I have discovered something powerful that success is not limited by opportunity. Okay. Everyone, there's a lot of opportunity available in this world. It's all limited by our belief system. Okay, that's so new belief system. Create a new belief system. My value can grow endlessly. Okay, so focus on that, and then important all of us to understand. If I have to conclude, okay, your career does not grow to the level of your skills. It grows to the level of your beliefs. So build your belief system to the level where you would like to achieve more. So the real question is not whether success is possible. The real question to all of us is what belief will break you, or will break today. What you are going to break today. Okay, that's critical for us to understand and move forward. So are we ready now to break our limiting beliefs and free ourselves? So initially, you saw this same person, that limiting belief was tied to his legs. Now we have broken it free and we can move ahead and then work on achieving our goals. So thank you so much for giving us this opportunity. And over to Ashish, sir.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Dr. Jagdish, Nidhi, and Dr. Sunil, for such a wonderful session. Friends, I can assure you, if you were to approach them for one-to-one consultation, this will be many thousands of rupees, for the time that they have, devoted here and shared their wisdom so generously with us. So, thank you very much with a full heart for sharing this powerful framework with us today. We are just sharing a feedback form in the chat with you. Please, it will take 30 seconds to fill out the feedback form, and then we will open up the session for Q&A. Dr. Jagdish, you may want to stop sharing the slide now. There are a lot of thank yous which are coming in, so the feedback is overwhelming. And please type FD for feedback done once you have filled out the feedback form.
I think there is a question for Dr. Jagdish in the chat.
Yeah.
Jagdish sir,
Yeah,
you can address that.
With AI tools, every generalist now is capable of expertise. The paradigm shifting. Yeah. Do you think AI can give us everything? That's a very important question. What we all have to answer. Okay. See, the people, your experience, your capabilities cannot be replaced by any AI. So it's all about. It really makes our life easy, but that real difference in life is that finishing. The finishing can happen with our own experience and uh, expertise only. So that's how AI also can give you generalist correct, and we can get all the information basically from past experiences, what people have shared. But that does not mean whatever shared experiences are applicable today also, right? what is relevant today needs to be thought of and acted upon with your experience and expertise. I hope that I could answer your question.
Padma Kumar sir, you are not audible. You're not on mute, but I think you were trying to say something.
Well, now?
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry about that. Sir, I fully appreciate what you're saying. I just wanted to share an experience that with people who have a significant amount of experience in the industry, I personally come with about 35 years of experience. Now I find that the years of experience is quite easily matched up by somebody with skills in terms of knowing how to navigate through AI. And so, for example, if there's a large proposal to be submitted, a person with experience submits a certain proposal, and somebody who does not necessarily have the levels of experience is able to create an equally attractive and sometimes even better proposal thanks to the tools that are available. So today it's become completely democratized in terms of, and the person who is evaluating is not evaluating the inherent skills of the person, but through such artifacts like the proposal document. So that's where I just wanted to understand your comment saying that generalist and specialist, and how a specialist is obviously able to create extra premium.
Yeah. I think I fully agree with what you are talking, Padma, because the efforts and time very repetitive somewhere is the echo.
Yeah, there is an echo.
Can you, Padma Kumar, can you mute yourself?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So now, see, the AI is definitely giving us much better output than probably what uh, we do it, that the time required and the quality point of view, it can definitely reduce the time and improve the quality. So the efficiency level definitely improves, but effectiveness level is something which comes from our experience and expertise. In any process, efficiency and effectiveness both are required, right? Both are separate, two different things. So today AI is making you more efficient, but you as an individual are required for effectiveness. Okay, and that's where the being that having that expertise will help you to contribute and grow. There are certain activities which are all inefficiently done, which will get replaced by AI. That is what is a fact, and that is where if if we are trying to do same old thing over a period of years, then that is then that experience doesn't matter at that point of time. So that what are the inefficiencies that are being in happening in real time are all getting eliminated or replaced through AI. Okay, but however, effectiveness point of view, there is a need for a human intervention, and there is no replacement for that. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Jagdish. And I'd just like to add to what Dr. Jagdish said. Uh, it is all about the prompts that we use, Padma Kumar, for writing the proposals. So if somebody with less experience is using prompts to make a very attractive proposal, maybe we need to learn to use those prompts and make our proposal even better. That's what it may boil down to. Plus, also, I think beyond the proposal stage, there would be an interaction stage when there is an evaluation, and people will clearly see through what is just an attractive proposal versus something that carries heft with it. So I think somewhere it will come through. So, but I think interesting point. I'm sure we can feel what you are sharing, and the challenge is there. Yeah, thank you for sharing. So, friends,
To put
yes.
it as a simple equation, again to address Padma Kumar's query, it is knowledge plus experience plus expertise. All of them put together. The knowledge will come for some through experience or AI, but only that can be matched. The number of years of experience and the life challenges and the judgment cannot be replaced through AI, right? So when it comes to the process of selection, and when the minds have to have a conversation, then it's definitely experience that will take over. Thank you.
Thank you, Nidhi. Friends, we have shared a feedback form. Please fill out the feedback form and type FD in the chat. And while we are waiting for your responses to come in, thank you once again for joining us for this session and staying a little longer than what was the scheduled time. So very happy for you. And I think that is also demonstrative of the tremendous value that has been added by our speakers. My personal takeaways are, from Dr. Sunil Chhaya, what he spoke about conscious, subconscious mind, and the body. And looking at that visual, what came up for me is that mind matters more than the physical stuff. Mind over matter was what came up for me when I looked at that visual. And Nidhi's point on communication also was brilliant. I think a lot of us have gone through those challenges at our workplace or in our personal lives. I think she just put put the finger on the pain point, and everybody responded to that. So thank you very much for doing that, Nidhi. And wonderful, Dr. Jagdish. I think what I liked was your saying ability to charge is a function of our belief in our own ability, and how our earning potential is not a function of our ability but our belief in our ability. I think that was something which stood out for me. I'm sure each one of you have taken away your powerful takeaways from the session. We will also be sending you a thank you mail shortly with the coordinates of all the authors and the link of this wonderful book, Belief Busters. This has got so much more than what we could cover in the 1.5 hour session. So please buy the book, invest in the book, and experience from the benefit of the combined wisdom, over nearly 100 years of combined wisdom that has gone into making this book. So thank you, everybody. And before we close, I'll request the authors to share one closing comment, and we'll bring the session to a close, starting with Dr. Sunil Chhaya.
Thank you, Dr. Ashish. So I will only say two, three things. One is you spoke about that image of the mind and the body. So my mentor Jose Silva always said, the mind guides the brain and the brain guides the body. So this is how everything operates. So it's from the spiritual to the physical. It's never the other way around. And he also said one thing, that may the rest of your life be the best of your life.
Wow. Wonderful, wonderful. So beautiful, Dr. Sunil. And Nidhi, over to you.
Sure. Thank you, Ashish. When he said 100 years, I felt older, but then I also felt wiser. Okay. I said, oh yeah, that's really come up to more than 100, but great. Yes, personally, I have moved away from a lot of beliefs that held me back about a decade or more back. And I am where I am for being able to just say things when I felt like, not being driven by which is the right time, are they the right people, will they understand, just keeping all these thoughts away and being you. And then people really get you and your world, right? That is what I would like to leave a message for everybody. Just be you and share and express. Don't get stopped. Thank you.
Beautiful, beautiful. Authenticity is what I related to. Amazing. Yes, Dr. Jagdish, you have the last word.
Thank you so much. I never mind to be last, but then, however, I would like to repeat what I talked again, because if this gets registered in our mind, I'm sure we all, and every moment we can in our every situation, every practical situation, we can look at it differently. So your career does not grow to the level of your skills, it grows to the level of your beliefs. So have a right belief and move forward. I'm sure we all can make wonders and achieve our goals. Thank you so much. Thanks for giving us this opportunity, Ashish.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Ashish.
Thank you, thank you. Have a wonderful weekend and a great week ahead.
Thank you.
Thank you
Very
so
much.
much.